Shall we have the update of voting delivered to us by a gentleman who has been around for a while, which actually is give us.
Good morning, I thank the people met for key presidents. The immediate past president of this club, they are highly recognized. Fellow Rotarians, yes, we go to some book to page 4, the object of Rotary. The object of Rotary is to encourage and foster the idea of service as a basis of worthy enterprise, and in particular, to encourage and foster its following. First, the development of acquaintance as an opportunity for service. 2, high ethical standard in business and professions. The recognition of the worthiness of all useful occupation and the dignifying of each Rotarian's occupation as an opportunity to serve the society. Can the female in the house recite the third one? And can we all recite the fourth one together? The advancement of international understanding, goodwill and peace, through the world fellowship of business and professional presence, united in all service. Thank you, my president.
Observation.
Thank you very much.
Observation.
An observation, okay, yes, please.
My right for good question. When a Rotarian Ajani was going through the object of Rotary, it was referring to first and second as number 1 and 2. I was looking for number 1. I couldn't get number 1. And number 2, I couldn't get number 2. But when you go to the third paragraph, and I say, oh, let the girls or the ladies in the house recite the third paragraph. So based on that, it has to pay a fine of 2,000 naira.
You see, I'm blessed. Because for a very special Rotarian in the house to want to engage you very early in the morning.
Yes. But you have to eat first.
So I'm sure you will reciprocate the love. Okay, so he has heard you, and I'm sure he'll make you smile. So let's go on with the 4-way test. And thank you very much. So we now go to the 4-way test, and there is somebody that I like the way to normally say the 4-way test. You know, she has a way of expressing everything. So in this case, let us watch how she will express the 4-way test. Rotarian gossip.
Good morning, my friend.
Good to see you.
On the page with say and
it true? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? Thank you, my president.
Thank you so much for that excellent delivery of the foreign test. You delivered with a smile from beginning to end. Thank you very much. Let us appoint our SAA. And because we've not seen Bertrand and Janine, I have missed you personally. So my mind is gravitating towards you, for our essay for today. Because you don't have to do it profitably and painlessly. So by unanimous decision, may I invite Bertrand and Janine to please come forward. And may I invite the PP that was talking to us now? Exactly, thank you. So the partnership starts from now. So please do us the honors. Thank you, sir. Good morning, sir. Yes, sir.
House President, fellow Golden Rosarians. You cannot just threaten anybody. My president.
Yes.
Yeah, not to threaten people.
Yes.
Why?
Yes.
Because I got to this place, you told me that. They are announcing that.
Wow.
You know that. Remember, they are announcing that.
Wow.
I didn't very happy and saying that. I'm a super pleasure. It's sending money to Rotary Parliament. It's a privilege as the Senate account for this college. What you perform collectively, unbiased. And
Thank you very much. I must say our essay is looking very handsome. The blue matches his outfit. Oh, we don't have a glitter yet. We don't have a glitter yet. And I think a glitter that knows how to walk. Because you have to master it. And the master organ that I personally know in this house is Bertrand Jefferson. She can walk. She can walk. Oh my goodness. If she hasn't walked before, today you will know what's about. Today you experience walk in a different way. Just be patient, to come to reach your turn. So may I invite forward my own sister, Bertrand Jefferson, to please come forward. And because the role you are going to play is a very important role, we need somebody of great importance to our club to do us the honors. So may I invite my IPP to please decorate our special greeter for today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my colleagues, Rotarian Jefferson, as our reader for today. I was already being concerned that we have described the auction we give. Will I be a beneficiary of it? Or will it be just the president? But I want to thank you especially this morning, because I know that I will benefit from the all. So on behalf of Unite for Good Presidents, I decorate you this morning as a greeter. You will hug everyone, starting with the president. You will hug me. You can decide to hug any other person, but you will hug the president, you hug me. Don't hug everybody. Hug everybody. I don't. You will go behind.
People will come with that one.
Okay, so now that we have ourselves a very, very distinguished greeter, let's go straight to song donation. So the one song that we are going to sing today, I cannot give it to anybody else except Rotarian in the house, because I haven't seen her in a while, and I have received information that her job schedule has now doubled, tripled, and it will continue to be a big factor for itself. It will be a big factor in not being able to stay physically. So it's a heavy heart, but yes, a heavy heart, because I always love to see her every single time. But today, for example, to be with us for just maybe 20 minutes, what she will have to leave for an assignment. And the has official assignment shows how much love she has for the club, how much passion she has for Rotary. So join me as I invite our own Rotary and Tola Shadikasi to please give us the song of today. Thank you very much. And since she won't be staying behind for the essay, I'm just going to make it a very special song that we will feel it emotionally, financially, and otherwise. Thank you very much.
Thank you very, very, very kindly, my Unite for Good President, fellow Rotarians in the house, friends of Rotarians, I greet you all. Today's song will be on page 10, although I do not so lala do the song. But if you look at the content of that, you will know that, and we knew so much that Rotary is good. Rotary is the way to be a leader of rebels, ever trusted, speaking the truth always, never a lie to tell. Give me your hands, my friend. Rotary is good. On that note, and I want to give an handsome sum of not 10,000 naira, not 20,000, not 30,000, 49,000 more. for a sum of 50,000. And in view of that, my president, I need me to take my leave and pray for me as I go to defend the government and the law court today on the that the government wins. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yes. So she has chosen the song and she has left it open for us to sing that. And I think so I would like for her to choose somebody to take the song on her behalf. But I think because of what she has given for the song, I think it's important to choose somebody who can also support her with her donation and still render the song she would have done it. And deliver that than our own KSO himself. Papa
Rotarian president, fellow Rotarian friends, so we still okay. It's really a very beautiful morning. I feel really excited to be here this morning, though disappointed that the house is still very scanty. I am very sure before in the next 10-15 minutes, we'll have a fuller house. It's always my pleasure to have this kind of song. But then, for the benefit of those that are joining, I would like this song to be passed to somebody with a sum of 10,000. And that is no other person. He was actually our choir master when we founded this great club. And there is no other person than the district governor nominated. And governor nominated for us the honor to render Rotary his goals, the way we used to do it in those good days. Thank you.
Since you have called on the pitch, I think that 60,000 naira, I don't think it's enough. I want to add another 10,000 to join the 10,000 that you give.
I'll have 10,000.
Another 10,000.
My president, only 10,000 naira.
Another 10,000. How much is that? Another 10,000. How much is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is the 100 straight. I think, right? I think that is my details voice can clear from that side. Thank you very much.
I will add 10,000 so that we can all voices can hear together. I am not sure that I still have my skills in that. I remember with those 30 days when we used to sing so much of passion. Okay, let's try and do this together. Can we be on our feet? I would like to start by doing the dodo and lala. The song goes to the way to be page. This song is usually very exciting for those of us who already know how we do it. It comes with some instructions, and SA can actually make a lot of money for this song. I did slightly. All right. Do 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 do. La 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 la. Mi re mi do. Do re mi do. Do re mi do. Do do mi re. Mi re do re. Please let's leave our locations and move around. What should I want to be? Rose, I will. a leader of refuge, a leader of refuge, ever trusted. The truth always. Never deny self. Country that were to be. Never full of smiles. Plenty of faith. But then in words and deeds. No matter who may be. Country that were to be. Now, wisdom. Ladies and gentlemen. I hope. Then you shake your hand. Looking away to be. Nothing will go. Nothing but peace always. I like my honor. I know that one. You said you see the sign, you are busy rolling and holding somebody. Every I went to be action. So like all. I think there's a lot of does anybody need medical care after that song? Some parts that are good, some people have almost lost their breath from the tight box. That was a very, I think the spirit with which Rotuan Kazim donated that song has obviously been well expressed through our DGN and through our Rotuan KSO. Thank you very much for that song and for lighting up the house. Can we have apologies?
Good morning, my president. Good morning, fellow Rotarians, guests, and friends in the house. This morning we have apologies from Rotarian MC Balogo, Rotarian Boduan TV, and Rotarian TV.
Who are all absent of work.
Those apologies, we look forward to them being with us next time. Let's move on straight to, well, I will keep introductions for now so that we can see our faces when we are introducing those who should be introduced. But go straight now to the business of the day. Behind the gavel. I will just have to read it. And it's already on the platform on Strictly Rotary. So you can follow me, even if there's no light. Oh, there's lights now. You can still follow me on your Strictly Rotary platform. Okay. Yeah, 2025. This week we jointly celebrated World Interact Day in collaboration with our E-Club and our Golden Impact Club. It was such a fulfilling experience, a true reflection of Rotary's spirit of service and mentorship across generations. We also celebrated two of our distinguished leaders, A.J. Abeloku and IPP Julie O'Clair, who represented us at the West African Flex Fair. We warmly welcome them back and deeply appreciate how they help to shine our golden light across the West African region and beyond. Today, we are privileged to have expecting our PDG Bola Onobadijo, who is our district chair for the Rotary Foundation. We look forward to his arrival and to an enlightenment session as he will share insights on the foundation, the heartbeat, which is the heartbeat of Rotary's humanitarian work. Speaking of the foundation, I'm pleased to announce that our own IPP, upon arrival this morning, immediately gave another $1,000 to the Rotary Foundation. Please have a clap for him before easy. And after doing it, he then said that this is not the end.
Correct.
That we will still see more. This is another round of applause. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. As we continue our journey of service, I want to sincerely appreciate all our members for your unwavering commitment, presence, and contributions. Your active participation keeps our projects thriving and our impact growing. Let's keep the golden spirit shining brightly together, because we can do more together. Now, today, we'll be sharing a draft letter. There's a letter that we prepared that we want to give out to those who are still the default of their annual dues. December is fast approaching, and the very unnecessary decision that we will have to take, well, it will become necessary. You know, but we are hoping that as the date approaches, that fewer and fewer people will be left in that category of those who are not in their needs. But we will soon be left with no option than to formally inform those who are, about what steps need to be taken going forward. Finally, opportunity by nominating children within our circles who can benefit from this life-changing program. Let's us up at this meeting. I think it's also that we're talking to students at the Nigerian Institute of Journalism, which is supposed to be the location for our next Rotract Club that we want to the newly chartered one. So, service above self is our guiding light, our holy way. Together we make a difference that lasts. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So, any comments or addition to make to the behind the table? If none, let's move on. Oh, you have a comment, yes, please, sir. Microphone, please.
My president, we are able to engage our children. Once you what gives you as a member, and then for member to be comfortable, and quiet, the annual due to this extent. Our responsibility as Rotarians that when we are coming in on the day that we are being interviewed, you are being asked, you have the capacity and the capacity to maintain and now when remember we are supposed to be doing semi-annual for people to play in this club and from the beginning of the year to have as club. Take that from members because the money that the president is the same money that we are using now. We have paid for these members. Whoever has not paid 1 naira, we have paid money. We wait for you to pay back that money so that we can do project. And President, it's very important that we take this thing serious. We write to the members involved. The name has been presented on the platform several times. We need to write to them and ask them if they are still interested in being a member of this club. We need to write to them officially and ask them. I have members of this club. Based on since last year, and we paid last year, and we are paying this. It's not supposed to. There's a woman that told she's no longer in the club. That she has a lot in her hand that she can. Like that. We shouldn't use sentiment. Why we use money that people pay for essay and pay for that thing to pay for their money. We need to write to them and let them tell us if you are still interested. But if you are interested, then you need to make this payment. But if you don't make that payment, let's remove them. Once they are ready, they can still come back. It's not a big deal. Any day you are ready, we can receive their blessing. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Another comment is, right. After you is,
By Lord President,
yes, so,
I observe that the year is going to an end. And from the behind the other, and the early anything related to the family of Rotary program that will coming on next month, possibly. That's one. Two, election is coming up next week. As stated in the bylaw, that we should always have election third Friday of this month. I expect him to be on the behind the other of the package of series. So those are the two
thank you very much. This was back from to yeah.
It's mentioned that
The two things. Yeah.
Thank you, my president. Concerning, I'm thinking, what, PP, as I'm saying, like generalization of the thoughts. So I'm like, when they are, because I heard that I am part of those that have not paid anything. And like I said, I have been involved, even though I've not paid my energy, there's a cost for not paying. Not that I don't want to, but I'm money on project that like kind of and I know I'm going to pay. So I'm just trying to clear myself from that sort of those that are saying that they don't want to be part of the law. I want to be, but because of where I have a time, I'm not, but I know that I'll definitely pay because I know I'm committed to it. So I don't want to feel like everybody that I've not paid yet trying to sacrifice anything that is going on. No. But because of the things that are happening now, but definitely we are going to be. I just want to play that.
Thank you very much for that. And I really deeply appreciate you saying that because number one, you could have decided not to say anything. And nobody can force you to say anything. The Rotary is voluntary and you know, but you have stood up, you have reasserted your commitment to not only to Rotary, but to Omole. And you have informed us that you will definitely still make that payment. So the money that we have paid is definitely not going to waste. So we are glad to hear that. Unfortunately, most of the people that are falling into the bracket of those who haven't paid, most of them are not here. And I'm sorry I didn't acknowledge those who are online. I'm really very sorry. I can see my president elect, Rotarian Omowumi Bakare. I can see, oh.
My presi, thank you very much. Well done, sir.
Thank you, my sister. Oh, we have our speaker. Our speaker is online.
no. It's not online.
Okay. Okay, my AG is online. My AG is online.
Good morning, my president and every member of Rotary Club of Omole Golden.
We completed earlier during the week. Thank you so much. And I'm very grateful that you were able to join us online. Rotary Adetola, good morning. Rotary Bedigo, good morning. Rotary Shewadu,
Good morning, my president.
Rotary good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Sonia Abumen, good morning. My PP Jimmy, good morning, sir.
Good morning, my Rotarian president and fellow Rotarians. Good morning.
Thank you so much. And my dear sister, our PP Rotarian Veronica Ishijola. Good morning. So, good morning, my engineer. How are you doing? So, and, Rotary Oshi, permission to greet you, sir. Yeah, most welcome. I was wondering what the rainbow was in the sky. I just realized that they are the one that came inside. Yeah, most welcome, sir. So, Rotary Akode, the food marshal. Oh, So, for those newer members and intending and incoming members, the story behind all that, just ask the person beside you. And when we get to that stage in our monetary year, we will also experience it. So please, this dues, our annual dues is very, very, very important, as has been said over and over again. We have members of our club, strong, committed members of our club, that haven't claimed anything. And I was hoping that it would be on the great opportunity for them to maybe speak their minds. But if they have decided not to speak theirs, maybe we should see one-on-one after this meeting. But I can still see one or two people seated. So let us see after this meeting and speak one-on-one, because we need to understand each other. Because I know that in terms of commitment, you are committed Rotarians and you are committed golden Rotarians. So we need to know what the problem is as a brother, as a sister, and be able to work together. Thank you very much. We shall move on.
My President, I think this issue of annual deal should be taken quite seriously and should be driven by families. I think in my family, until I started asking on the platform, go and pay, why have you not paid? I think two of them eventually paid. So it's important we drive it as a family. That's one. To encourage members to pay a minimum of 100,000. Because if you are looking at 360,000, might look quite, yes, overwhelming for you. But please, pay within now and end of the month a minimum of 100,000, and you will be seen to be in good standing. Are we together on this? So that's very, very important. We know that some people are genuinely having challenges, and it's excusable. If you have such one off, if you liaise with the president accordingly, and we assess that you are very active, I'm sure there could be a way to rescue. Yes, we could do something like that, since it would be a one-off. So please, let's take it. I think essentially what normally happens with annuity is that people don't really take it quite seriously. I mean, let's be sincere. But they do engage in some other things that involve money. And so you can do that. That is what makes you a Rotarian. An experience sometimes when I was president of a Rotarian that worked in on a particular day we are using for David, and he gave $500 or thereabout. That's far more than the total annual, and yet he was unable to pay the annual. And I'm asking myself upon engagement with him that, okay, you had told me, first and foremost, we will have removed your annual so that you continue to be a member, and whatever balance we will pay to Audacity. That tells us that these days, by neglecting what is of priority. So please, I commend the Rotarians' hearts. Haven't had one happen to David, but at the same time, for you to continually be relevant and be reckoned with, your NRD is very important. So a minimum of 100,000 before the end of this month, I think will do for you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Any other comments? Any other comments? Love the comments, sir.
You know, we are part of the electoral committee, and my chairman is online. I don't know whether you want to do an update, but if not, I will as well go ahead and give update.
Yes, how to get to committee, which is what we are going to do next.
Okay, thank you.
I'll go to committee for the guest speaker. Okay, so we will please committees get ready. Before committees, let's do introduction. There are a few places here that still need introduction. So please go ahead. Richard, Aditya, are you signing up for the? We know you already.
Fellow President, fellow Rotarians, good morning once again. We have fellowship with us this morning. We're still sponsored by the Miss.
Important, clarity is important.
Bí ọba máa jẹ́ ńlẹ̀ lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ sí, olúwa máa fi títí ẹ̀dùn máa dìlé ààrẹ tó tẹ̀ sí mi. Lórí pìtì tí èèyàn máa ń pìtì fún ẹgbàá míì gan kó báyọ̀ ni, èèyàn fi kó bára ẹni.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And as we are going on with the introduction of Miss.
Why is the president resting?
It's a microphone of Miss Oluwa Seun Oluwa Kemi. As that introduction was being done, we had a very distinguished, highly respected Rotarian coming, our very own PDG Bola Onabanjo. You're welcome, sir. And as you all know, the Mochi Foundation work, we of having him to give us a seminar, this morning. And while we let him relax a bit, let's quickly take our committee reports, and then we make out our committee reports, then we'll be able to take our special guests. So committee reports. Committee, yes, youth.
President, the district governor nominee, our past district governor, fellow Rotarians, yes, our friends of growth. I want to say a very big thank you on behalf of the Youth Service Committee for the support of these members and the proprietary for hosting the Interact Summit for all our Interact clubs. Interact Club Macho, Interact Club Kira, and Ikeja Junior College. It was a very resounding success we collect from the event. I want to say very good thank you. Also, yes, I want to give reason for the second for not having the first school. It was supposed to be 3 schools, but we sponsor 3 as we speak now. But a day before the Interact Summit, we received the news concerning the death of the principal of Ikeja Junior College. That was why we were unable to attend, and I will want the proper acceptable. Yeah, one student of NIJ who have shown interest to submit application for the DWED. So she has been linked up with someone for guidance and a mentorship to submit an application. So we hope to have videos and problems. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for that very well delivered report. Like you know, we had a very wonderful time with the children. So we had a very wonderful time with the children and very memorable, and we look forward to the next year, so bigger and better. I think Rotary Jimmy, Past President Jimmy, wants to speak with regards to the elections next week Friday. It's online, so can we make that happen now, please?
Yeah, good morning, everybody. Good morning, our President and our PDG in our midst. I say good morning to everybody, our fellow Rotarians. Now, the election is meant to come up next week, Friday. But because we need to take a decision on that as a club, because we have a Rotary event, which starts on the 20th and ends on the 22nd in Port Harcourt. We're thinking of shifting the election to the upper Friday. Be that is constitutional that we have an election on the 21st. But because of this one occasion, I'm sure if we all agree in the House, and which is one of the things that we needed to discuss today, to find out if it's okay for us because of this adventure, this event coming up next week Friday, we'd like to shift the election to the 28th of November, if that's fine by everybody. Most of the people have picked up their forms. We have all the forms, and so the election is good to go. The only thing now is the date of the election to be shifted from next Friday to the upper Friday. And that is where I'll now leave it to the House and the floor to decide on what we do about that. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Chair of the Electoral Team. Our PP, Jimmy Ajibola, he has said something that's very, very important. Because in line with our bylaws, we're supposed to have our election on the 3rd Friday of the month of November. However, due to the program that's happening in Abuja, in Port Harcourt, the committee is recommending that it be shifted by 1 week. And the committee is leaving it open to the House to vote for this now. I thought maybe it should be the committee's prerogative, concur accordingly. So we would have to address that. But before we go ahead, I'm seeing a face that I haven't seen since I was still is a Rotarian brother who, when I, just looking at him, a flood of memories is rushing into my head. He's a senior citizen too. Rotarian Kolade Adesina. You are very, very, very much welcome. It's so good to see you. And please stand up for recognition.
Take your transport. Don't wait there.
I know there are many places here that do not know your face, but it's suffice to say that the history of Omole Golding and the beautiful memories of Omole Golding cannot be complete without the mention of the one and only Rotarian Kolade Adesina. If there are movies that were made about Omole Golding, there will be a couple of movies that will have his name right at the heading. Some of the movies will be rated 18 plus. Some of the movies will be rated for good outside at home. But I can assure you that every single of those one of those movies will be blockbuster. Thank you very much. And you see that's what makes it a blockbuster. Because we look at him as gentle as he looks. He's still gentle, but what they call any more, thank you. We are very happy to see you. We are glad that you have come to fellowship with us. God bless you. You're welcome.
Good morning, my president.
Okay, good afternoon. Before we continue, I just want to, when we're doing introductions, there's a Rotarian seated, and we should, I wanted her to introduce herself. Our president from the Central.
I'd like to say good morning to everyone, and it's my delight to fellowship with you. My name is Rotarian Bola Adeomi, PHL, United President Ikeja Center. I've made it an honor. I live very close by. I've been fighting myself to be here today, but I'm glad I'm here. Thank you.
You are welcome. You are welcome. You're welcome. We are glad that you have made the closeness a reality by coming here today, and we look forward to you coming and coming and coming. Keep coming. Thank you very much. Rotary, I will be honored to make comments.
Rotarian President, fellow Rotarians. My comment is one on the way, as mentioned by FIHE. All right. First and foremost, let me give out this as a matter of importance. That whatever we need to do it fast. Let's get as many applicants as possible. Recall that the word is something getting into all the years. I recall in our meeting, definitely we have a very senior member of the association who happens to be in our midst today as part of the committee. I think we agree that freshers will only be about 5 or thereabout, because we already have about 45 students that we are going to carry from previous years. And so if we want to take advantage of this as a fresher, then we need to be urgent about it. And I want us to take advantage considering the amount of money that we are going to need this year. We have paid 3.5 million, we have paid 1.5 million. I told them at the meeting that by the end of November, I will probably pay another 1 million. Because I'm speaking to some of those that have made claims. So please, we couldn't have paid 3.5 million and not be able to get 1 or 2 of our applicants in. But they need to do the needful as soon as possible. I think we have just about 5 slots for freshers because we have people that are coming from previous years. You know, once we adopt a student from a particular year, we are going to see that student out his or her education. And so it can be 3, it can be 4 years. So please, let's take note of that. On election, I think there is a conversation going on 2 platforms, on the board, on the Council of Past Presidents. I don't know the conclusion yet. So in order not to waste our time, I will say that the president should urge the 2 platforms, that is, board of directors and the council, give a final determination that we pass on to them so that latest by Monday, we can have what should be posted on the general platform. I don't know. In all that conversation right here now. That's my opinion concerning that one. That's about it. On Kolade is a veteran. Let's leave it at that. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And on this note, let me invite our brother, sorry, into the fellow produce our speaker, our guest speaker for today. It is when you talk about round peg to round hole, it's the best person to produce such a special and erudite speaker. Thank you very much.
My chair president, fellow Rotarians, guests and friends of the Rotary family, it is my pleasure and honor to introduce my world class governor, the man who was district governor when the Rotary told us to be a gift to the world. And interestingly, that same year, this wonderful club came first out of over 100 and something clubs all over the country. And this governor is a qualified quantity surveyor and valuer, quantity surveyor and valuer, and also the MD and CEO of Ola Monobadejo and Co. They own lots of real estate all over the world, including some places that we don't have to talk about. Pleasure to join here this morning. My district governor was very time when we that year 2015 to 2016, both year, and that's also, like I said, that's the world class year. He did a lot during that year, and he was part and parcel of our success story as at that year. I remember a time when he called all the past presidents and enjoyed us that we should do something very good. For I was the president as at that time, and he encouraged us to do something very good for the foundation. And those are the things that we're enjoying today. And he's been very instrumental to the Council of Governors. And this was 9110 as at that time, and not 911 as now. And I think we had over 100 and over 110 clubs as at that time. Ladies and gentlemen, let me once again introduce our past district governor, Bola Monobadejo. Thank you very much.
Facts and figures are very simple. So when you said over 100, 10 or 100 plots, I don't know. I inherited 82 plots and I left 96 plots, not up to 100. So, in the almost of correction. Mr. President, we have neighbor 21, coming at you. Adio Moses, yes, coming Adio Moses, sorry. I want to specially recognize you. Not because you are just parts in size, but I begin to see that you are parts in rote knowledge as well as human communication too. I appreciate you. Let me appreciate my own DGM, the man who first called me before I got the present letter that the club is inviting me about the Rotary Foundation today. I want to especially recognize you. And officially, your property, I want to say congratulations. You started from DGMT, you are now full-blown DGM. I say congratulations. When you come to a club like this, you cannot just look back and see the good works the past leaders of this club have done. So I want to recognize the man that was the charter president of this great club. And he is still rotating to the under. The charter members are still rotating. Charter president looks at me. Abila is one of. Let me see you. So you are one of the charter members. That is let me give a sound round of applause. Listen. We have met in, we've been meeting over the years in various committees, and as he said, 2 or 3 days ago, we were still at the Rotary Center of the work. The stand here right now, we have about 7 of your past presidents here seated. I want to especially recognize them. I've recognized Samayi Chuchuka, the Olapi, in the one before. Where are you? Oh, you are already sitting down according to your height and the I like that. Like that. But you are supposed to mix the very young one so that you can invite the spirit of the dead. Michael Lakama, I've seen him too. Congratulations. I'm happy you are still there rotating. And Ugo, my own charter president, my own world-class president. World-class president. He did very well in my year. And there was no conspiracy, no argument in selecting him as the chair of all presidents for that particular year. And he did well by making sure that the club came first at the end of that rookie year. We are talking about 10 years ago now. So thank God. And Hassan, I think those are past presidents that are here.
Here,
Looking at him,
I'm on-
I can't like the woman.
I'm online. I'm part of you.
I still owe you something. That's why I forgot to mention your name. Thank you very much. Please give me a round of applause. Is the bureau okay not announced? Oh, she has not come. Okay, that's very good. Let me appreciate my dear Lieutenant Ganiu Lawal, past president. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Jide Okule, I thought I mentioned your name. This man, when he was president, I think he was intimidating me a lot. There's a beard and so on and so forth. So Jide, you are very, very welcome. So all of you are welcome to the channel. Ah, pray for that, you guys, you came late.
President, we are online. We are online. We are here.
Because you have added so much weight.
Part of the meeting.
A very good sign of good living. Finally, you are very welcome. Thank you. But I must tell you that I work more closely with people and fellow men who will start the year together. Having said that, I am happy to be here. You asked me to spend the day 12 or 15 minutes. And I'll spend more than 5 minutes now on the production. So we may not spend too much time. Maybe some 20 or 25 minutes we should be done. So thank you for your letter inviting me. You did not ask me to pick a topic myself, you suggested the topic for me. And the topic you have selected is mega projects by a mega club. How the Rotary Foundation evolves into sustainable progress. That's exactly what you want me to talk about. That will have been more appropriate looking at you as a very now as a mega club. But I will still give your wish first and find time to do that which I believe is appropriate or more appropriate for this particular vocation. You are not speaking. I'm sorry, I forgot to appreciate your right? 138 now. Wow. Is there any club reaching you to introduce it? No. Very good. The coming here, on the counter, don't clap, yes, don't clap, yes. I've counted 31 members. I know some online. How many are online? How many are online? Your laptop should be able to tell you how many people are online. 13 plus about 31. So we are talking about 47. You see, this is the problem we have with mega clubs. Let your mega size be an advantage to you internally and to the Rotary International Authority. You are doing well. where Honorable was talking, they mentioned that you are paying 3.5 million this year. But you have only paid 1.5. Maybe that's why you are 138 and only 40 something and you are right now. Whenever you have been told to bring the balance in time, you take that at the last meeting. So having said that, I'm going to quickly look at your top. And thereafter, to start with the story of Holy Foundation, how the grant was, how it started in 1917 from Greece and so on and so forth. No, we don't need that one in this club now. When we are internal things, the new members can talk that. We don't need to be taught the difference between district grants and global grants and the disaster relief grants and the POS. So all those things you may not use here right now. So, as far as I'm concerned, the first thing to know is that Rotary mega clubs are a testament to the power of community-driven initiatives. And I want to tell you here how this evolved. Here is how they evolved into sustainable. The first thing to know is identify community needs. It's a very important skill to start with. All of you know that identify important. You don't just go and do a community assessment. That's very, very important. Rotary clubs work closely with local communities to identify present issues, such as access to clean water, sanitation, and environmental conservation. Local grant funding is very important. The Rotary Foundation provides local grants to support large-scale projects, promoting sustainable development and community empowerment. The third point is community engagement. Rotary members engage with local communities, so that before, governments and organizations to design and implement projects that are tailored to specific needs and contexts. When I come to your role as mega club, this one will be more emphasized. But at your level now, you are supposed to be collaborating with government, with our startups, to serve your community better. The fourth issue here is capacity building. The foundation provides training, which you all know, resources and technical assistance to build the capacity of local communities and organizations, ensuring project sustainability. So, you all know the importance of sustainability. Any project that does not pass that test, Rotary Foundation will not put down its money. Sustainability. Some notable examples of sustainable Rotary projects include, I mentioned about 4 or 5 for you. Number 1, water conservation. Rotary clubs in Mexico have provided fresh water testing kits to schools, while others have constructed dams, runoff, and improve water quality. The second one is renewable energy. Rotary members have installed solar panels to provide clean energy, reducing reliance on fossil fuels and mitigating climate change. The fourth one is environmental conservation. These are areas where you can have your progress. Rotary clubs have undertaken projects to protect endangered species, to restore habitats, and promote sustainable land use practices. Disaster relief is another area. Rotary members have responded to natural disasters, providing critical support and resources to affected communities. Here we are in Nigeria, we are not very prone to this disaster event. When you look at what is happening in other parts of the world, you can see earthquake today, or big serious flood tomorrow, or fire rampaging, a lot of other things like that. What it makes provisions for it, for us to carry out projects. The Rotary Foundation approach to sustainable development emphasizes community ownership. That's very, very important. Empowering local communities to take ownership of projects and drive their own development. You cannot do a global grant without some local people in that environment joining you. The club members must be there. When we talk about the club members, we are talking about Rotarians and Rotaractors. Partnerships, I mentioned that before, collaborating with local organizations, governments, and stakeholders to leverage resources and expertise. Long-term impact, focusing on projects that yield lasting benefits and promote sustainable development. Rotarian President, Rotarians, by combining community engagement, global grant funding, and capacity, by combining community engagement, global grant funding, and capacity building, the Rotary Foundation's mega projects have a lasting impact on communities worldwide. These are my jottings looking at the topic we have placed before me today. That is, mega projects by a mega club, how Rotary Foundation giving evolves into sustainable projects. At the beginning, I said maybe I will have suggested another topic, looking at your position today as a very important mega club, is 9111. Something similar to that, but not exactly the same thing. I would have said, you look at what roles should mega Rotary clubs play in attracting mega Rotary sustainable projects. I believe that's more relevant. The role you should be playing now in attracting mega projects from the Rotary Foundation. And I have this for you under that. Mega Rotary clubs can play the following roles in attracting mega sustainable projects from the Rotary Foundation. The first one is project identification and development. Under this, we need to identify and develop projects
that align with Rotary's areas of focus, such as water, sanitation, education, and economic development. This is very basic. Any project you are doing, any global grant projects you are doing, apart from passing the test of sustainability, apart from passing the test of community assessment and so on and so forth, it must align with Rotary International goals. That's very important. So, project identification and development. I said that we need to identify and develop projects that align with Rotary's areas of focus, such as this, that, and that. One of them, the area of focus, serving the last one that just came in 2021 or so. Now, community engagement is another role. Community engagement. You need to engage with local communities, governments, and organizations to understand their needs and develop projects that address these needs. I remember as far back as 2015-16 when I visited your project, it was that same mosquito that you told me to bring. Local government there. And I can see that even your major global grant was still in that place. That's very commendable because you are being relevant in your immediate community. Those are the things you are supposed to be doing now. Community engagement. Engage with communities, governments, and organizations to understand their needs, you did, and develop projects that address those needs. Number 3, grant writing and application. Assist in writing and submitting grant applications to the Rotary Foundation, ensuring that projects meet the foundation's requirements and guidelines. You have been doing this, but let me ask the question. How many global grants have you done in this club? How many? 1. Are you topping it every year? Is there anything you are doing on it? I know sustainability is very important. Is that the only one you will do? Why have you not done hospital with the follow health or water and or whatever it is? Have you done any other one outside that? Then this advice is very, very relevant for you. Number 4, partnership with. You need to foster partnerships with local organizations, businesses, and stakeholders to leverage resources, expertise, and funds for projects. The next one is project management and implementation. You need to oversee project implementation, ensuring that projects are completed on time, within budget, and to the required standard. This is very, very important. Your club, being a mega club, is better in a position to join Rotary International in being playing this particular role of project management and implementation. It is very, very important because you have the resources. When some clubs are just 20, some are even 15 now, we are managing, we call them big clubs. You are 138. You should see that in what you are doing and how you are leveraging on your number, especially members that are very capable, that are able, that have diverse specifications, very resourceful. We should see that one in what we are doing. Number 5 is fundraising and resource
mobilization. You are supposed to support fundraising $3.5 million. Fundraising and resource mobilization support fundraising efforts and mobilize resources, including volunteers and donations and sponsorship to support their projects. Number 6 or 7 is monitoring and evaluation. We need to track project progress, monitor outcomes, and evaluate impact to ensure that projects are achieving their intended goals. And lastly, we need to promote mega projects, community, media, and stakeholders, raising awareness about the impact of Rotary's work. By playing these roles, just about 8 of them mentioned above, mega Rotary clubs like your own can attract mega sustainable projects for and make a significant difference to the service service. One aspect that comes to mind right now, we all are aware that our own past RI Vice President, Yinka Babalola, will become President of Rotary International come next Rotary year. Who is the president in this club for next Rotary year? Can I? It's online, okay. Yes, I'm happy. I'm happy it's online. Now, that particular role that Yinka Babalola is going to play for only 1 year. Some of us know that preparing for that role for many years ago. We all know that at any Rotary institute, conferences or convention that this man is invited to, he has been championing the need for Africa to increase our membership, Rotarian membership. The other aware with other organizations that have come up, some will say that it's not fair for us to be sharing what do you call them now? Yes, zonal office of directors, yes, directors. With other groups. He has been working on this. The business is now coming in as the Rotary International President. There's a very big role that mega clubs like yours should be playing now. I don't know how to describe it, maybe I call it the balloon role. You sit down here and you say you are the largest club, the biggest club in District 91 in that. I expect you to call me and say, yes, I want to come out president. Because of the position God has put Omole Golden in the committee of clubs in District 91 in Lebanon. I'm sure it will give you a very tough order. Maybe take yourself to now make up your mind as to what you want to do, especially concerning membership development. Yes, going to. Oh, things are different, so I want to know it. The point we are saying is this. When he comes in the RI president, yes, you can't, there's nothing above that one. You can do so many things. Then what happens after is left with this. Maybe in another 2 or so years, we will become chairman of the constitution of Voting Foundation. The best we can do to help for this club to justify its mega size. How many clubs have you formed, actually? How many clubs has Omori Golden formed? 7. Yes, how many of them are alive? 5 of them are alive. Okay. That's very commendable. Give yourself a round of applause. That's really good. I know of clubs during my years visiting governor. I won't mention the name of that club. I visited a club that was 20 years. They said they were 30 years old. And they have never formed a single club. Well, I told them that are you people married? They said they are not married. They showed me that the reason why you are not married. Some of us know my job, I put on your Akwonjo has formed 11 clubs. 9 of them are surviving today. Out of the 11. In some institutes, I have stood up to tell Rotary International that you are delivering yourself. When you want to collect money, you say there's sanction if you don't pay your dues. Abi, how like us joke with you? Don't pay to terminate you, no matter who you are. Abi, you now come to membership. You cannot compare clubs. And in the first 5 years of their existence, they must have hit 4 more clubs. I discussed this internally with my RI president in my year, Labitra. And he said it could be like dictating or forcing them. I said it's not so. So we got to the Mombasa Institute. I raised up my hand. I raised the same issue. Compare clubs. Okay, you don't want to compare them. Just say that there's an award for clubs in their first 5 years who have actually formed another club. You can't joke with membership when you are saying it with your mouth. So let us see what a major club like this can do in this coming year. That's number 1 point. Number 2 point that pertains to Rotary Foundation itself. Recently, our DG, the Prince of Impact, earlier he came back from East Africa. And he shared his experience with me because I shared with someone. That at the time, the old district 911 was talking of 6 global grants. A single district in that area has done 116 global grants. You look at how they are really training Rotary Foundation. Can you budget the minimum contribution, the minimum contribution for global grant annually? $30,000. Just talk of $30,000 in 116 days that they have attracted to that particular district. And we are backing with only 6. 6 and 30. Don't need to crack your economic value. $30,000. And that money is here. This is get target. Nigeria is one of the highest contributors. And when they are talking of Nigeria, you know, for many years, it is District 9110 that has been coming first. So when we look at what is coming from this 9111 and 9112, it is a lot of money. And yet, you cannot take this payment. The current president, TGN, past president, leaders of this group, we need to do more. That's what I was emphasizing. I was asking many times, how many global grants have we done? We need to set up committees. There are experts here who can rise. Over there in East Africa or South Uganda and all these Kenya places, it's like a joke. You see people on their laptop and before they have done some, they will query. It comes back again, you do it again, they approve it. This is the area where your relevance as mega club can now be repeated. I'm happy I'm talking with you. I think about yeah, will share with me what I've been discussing, and I'll talk to him. This is what we should be doing. The money is there for us to spend. What we are doing is $75,000. Know what that means? With how many of such do we have? So, well, I'm congratulating you. Your club is was started in 2004, which means you are 31 years. I know last year you did your 20th. That's a very good achievement. How many times have you won the first position in the district? Twice. You have done that twice. Just like I've won your team. You need to do more. And of course, I'm sure you are making that arrangements too. To build your own area where you will meet. Very well, you know what the hotels are doing for us right now. At where we meet, because they have one hotel. Last year we were paying 25,000. This year they came up with 80,000 for a single meeting. Now we evaluate because my company managing that hotel before they can use it to 40 crores. And yet 4 crores or 5 crores taking that place. Because they are made there on Mondays, Aquadio, and they have made me on Monday, I get this made there on Tuesday. What did I do? And that's something I missed there. Even though I don't do all of us, it is time to look inward, see what we can do. I'm not saying we should not patronize hotels, I'm not patronize them, but this is the time and land for what they do to produce income. You have the resources. You have the resources here. Set up your committees. Now, global grants every month. Don't matter what say it's too much of it. Provided it meets the qualification, the criteria you are talking about. So, once again on this note, I want to congratulate you for doing a good job of Rotary. For actually being a mega club, 138 is not good. My club is just about 62 now. They're trying to move up. They want to be mega, but we are taking it easy because we know what it means. Mega club starting from where you meet. So we are meeting them to not be adequate again. And a lot of things need to be done. So I want to thank you for inviting me. And I want to urge you to please take advantage of this opportunity. You have an incoming Rotary International President in Nigeria. Yet, Africa is short of so many. Do you know what they are expecting? They are expecting Nigeria to produce 1/3 of all Rotarians in Africa. Will you give them for that? When we have 200 million, when we have 6 districts, where in some parts of Africa, 4 or 5 countries are joined together to be one district. What of money going? Congratulations for this take off each other. Congratulations.
So one year old speaker, right? You want to be your own speaker.
Join the Rotary, join the Rotary, join the Rotary, and be a good speaker.
Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. Thank you for good words of wisdom. There are several things that our president has said. Many of it I think you already know. And I'm glad that he has reinforced the importance, for us to not just know, but actually do. There are things we know that we need to do, And now we need to actually do those things. From the outcome of this now, I think according to classification, I think we should be able to form ourselves into groups according to our classifications. And each of the classification come up with a project that can be submitted to the committee for global grants. I think we need to begin to look at do as many as possible and not just look at one or two. And then when we have the menu, we can then schedule how we want to begin to present them with that. So that we know the classifications and we'll be able to give ourselves some form of timeline. Are there questions, comments? Let's start with Rotary Apollo.
Madam President, Master Governor, TGNG analyst, and fellow. Forgive me, I'll probably be very harsh this morning, but please forgive my tone and my words. Madam President, I didn't even know that, thank you so much, my PDG, for this wonderful class, especially telling us much about greater impact of projects. You know, we've always this. I said, oh, we wanted to talk to them. I said, oh, okay, good. You know, we do make our boreholes all around. Who wants that probably like 20 plus, 30 plus, which will make sounding impacts all around. That impact will be actually greater. I think that's fine for that together and do that. So thank you so much. It's me work and without this for doing such things. And myself and Otrandi and Gino Blair were in West African country of Togo, and we had a very wonderful time. And AG Oshinibosi was supposed to be with us, but he actually checked it out for personal reasons. They are festival to him, you know. However, so much to say, I was not very happy with the conduct of the club in that regard. And I expressed it at the council level. In fact, this morning, I found I was not going to pay SA. If not for my leader, my leader is here. I actually know, serious, and I'm not joking about it. I said that I need a fund for me, actually. And when he said that when something is wrong, let us straighten it out. And that's why I'm bringing it to the point here. If what the president did in that regard, he had just subverted some form of discipline and support to this year. Because if some people had wanted to do something, yes, I know. Fundamental of please, let me have my say. Fundamental observation.
Rotarian president, fellow Rotarians, when something is wrong, we can straighten out and straighten it out. But there is timing to everything. Now, the PDG has made a very beautiful and brilliant presentation. The expectation is for us to respond to that presentation.
It's part of the game for it's about we went to West Africa for project.
Calm down. And so, please, the expectation is Are there clarification based on its presentation? Are there questions based on that? Your issue has been led to this. Don't worry.
Very much.
All right.
Thank you very much. Next. Okay, yes, please. Yes, please.
Good morning, Vice President, First Street of my time club, and chairs. I want to go this route. So, you have mentioned some and also mentioned that East Africa has so many global grants to do with I mean, you mentioned about 100 global grants almost within a short space of time, and we are struggling with 6. I want to take it to this point. I was thinking, I don't know what the past governors are doing about it. In terms of helping clubs to understand how important it is for clubs to do global grants. And how much save them from trying to put up a lot of funds together to not create kind of impact. We are looking at it. Before we divided, I understood that I found out that Otuklobo Bagada, who is now in the other district, does every year. And whatever framework we have been using to get that done, how much has been transferred to other clubs? Because the concern that no organic like this. And if it's possible that district governors, past district governors take it like a project upon themselves and probably a tax to ensure that every club see the needs. See that to get this done. The one that they can put in place together like a document to hand over, not just document, but hands-on training, a walkthrough for this club. Probably they can have champions. I mean, sometimes they have champions, but I don't know how much that they were able to get from those global grants champions who had when we were in district 9110. But right now, as we have here in this 911, who actually, I think should something else that do global grant, and they are succeeding it. As they are succeeding it, they are also encouraging other clubs to do. I don't know how East Africa has done it. They have done it, they've had so much global grant. It means that a lot has done. What framework have they used? If there is a framework that has kept this work, I think it's something that first governments look at, and also transfer to clubs, and also probably president of club, whoever that can put this together for us to get things done. Thank you, sir.
I think we quickly. Okay.
Thank you very much, past President Madu. In the past, I can say 4 or 5 years, the district has been very, very concerned about the need to train people on how to divide global grants. I've been very concerned. This is my 2nd year as Rotary Foundation chair. In every Rotary Foundation seminar, we have actually always emphasized this. When we started, there were just about 6 or 7 people that are experts in doing this thing. When we take sugar and what is named now, and that was created there, the pharmacist. The 3 of them like that. But now we have about 13 of them, not only in Babega. So what we have done this year is that we have listed, I don't know why the thing has not gone out, clubs that are interested in joining the training to make themselves available. Clubs to send people, but individuals will even come that I want to be trained in the art of writing global ground. It's not easy. You can't force Rotarians, you know that. But if we actually all believe in it, you come and undergo this training. Maybe the first place to start is to go to the learning center, and do a course. Find out what does it take to write global grants. Because these are all the things we are saying here. They will put you through. The area we are not emphasizing is the accountability area. How you do your progress, how you report, and so on and so forth. Even after you have done it, the reports must be coming every year. There are levels of organization. Before any global grant can be done, the district governor and Share Foundation must authorize. All these things are there. They are not too for you to know. One day to come to your and the person wants to go, you can come and talk to you like this. So, but it is he who is seeking knowledge that must actually try to get it. Contact the district government to tell you exactly what I'm saying right now. So that is very, very important. These people we are talking about in this organization, apart from left on the fact that the director of our zone comes from that side now. Remember at the last institute, Richard, our own PDG, Michael Narico, contested. He did very well, maybe for age or for the qualities, not that it shows that younger person from East Africa. That can be part of the reasons. And the help that I just left that place to is from that area too. So I want to appeal to you, please contact the district governor. If you contact me too, I can make the names available to you. That's number one. One major thing, Available was talking that they have just come back from the Western project there. One of the advantages, of that place is international partners. You cannot do global now without international partners. And that is easy to get now. That is very easy to get. So, I want to appeal to you, please don't do it like that. There is nothing too bad. If Baghdad is every year, your club can say you want to do this even in a year. Rotary International is not Rotary Foundation is not complete. So you should appreciate those who are doing it, they are doing one in a year, is better. So please, let's take advantage of it. After look what you are raising, you should be able to raise in your club assembly or your board meeting, so you don't watch dirty business in the public. Thank you.
But a question.
Maritime President, my PDG, welcome, sir. My DJ and all members of the Golden Club. I must say this is a fantastic topic, something very dear to me because at my own circle, we do a lot of project management. And I've written a couple of things down, only from but I couldn't connect it down to monitoring and evaluation. And it occurred to me, do we have a framework? And I said, I have it and go and check it. And I discovered that we actually have a framework for not just foundation, but also for all the projects in Rotary. A fantastic framework, which that if we run it in clubs, it comes out fantastic. It's exactly a year that it was rolled out today. So this is my question. We have all of this and we don't have access to it. Not because it is not there, but because we as clubs and as members are not leveraging on it. Now, my question is it possible to have a team district-wise and then club-wise to ensure compliance? And then, like we said, we know Rotary Foundation is like a 3-year tenure, you know. can we look at following up on continuity? I'm a very observing, English. I observed a lot of projects. In fact, there was the time I was at that roundabout at Lower, and I called the president then. I think that was the IBP Ogunleye. I told him, I said, that place is covered with grass. Can we also look at continuity in projects that we've done over the years? I remember when I was in my club at Agege, we did a lot of borrowing in Agege. What you just see there now is Rotary. This was set up by Rotary 90. They are all not functioning. Can we look at continuity? I forgot my last question. Thank you, sir.
Okay, my last question. No, very important. My last question.
So like the PG has said, we have opportunities for training at the district level. It then means that as a club, whoever is going to become our vice president, because the vice president is usually the project chair, means that we need to really train. Not that, yes, because we talked about classification. Classification, fine, but again, you need to be trained so that you are able to follow the guidelines to, to produce and accomplish a sustainable project. We're not just doing projects so that people will say we did it. The impact is what matters. So I think we now need to start looking at who is going to be our vice president. Can this person deliver? Yes, because time passed, I'm sorry to say, we've seen, this person is my friend. I want him to be my vice president. We flow. He can cover up for me. She can cover up for. So time from now it means that we really need to sit down and see if whoever we're choosing for the vice president will fit into that post. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my president. Thank you, my DG and the PDG. My question goes on. I'm a new Rotarian, I can say. But during my training as RLI, we were told about global grants and stuff like that. But my question is, can an individual, as a Rotarian, the reason I'm asking for this because I know that every president, that's why I find that there is a carryover of past projects and all. They all have their project that they want to accomplish during their year. And I think that's kind of affecting the process of following through previous projects that other presidents have done. And that's what I noticed ever since I've been a member of Commonwealth. So I want to ask, can an individual write a project, write a grant proposal on behalf of the club, submit and then see I vote? I don't want to know if an individual and the Rotarian can do that. If the club is not making attempt to do that, can this be done by an individual and then give it to the club?
All right, thank you very much. I think you answered the question a bit yourself. But can you do it on behalf of the club? If you are doing something on behalf of the club, that means when you do it, submit it to the club will approve it and so on. But again, you are saying when the club is not ready to or is not able to assume it's a personal thing. So it is clear if you are doing something, the club is full of people. There's nobody called the club. It's still people that will do things on behalf of the club. Okay. Which are available.
Yeah. My Lieutenant President, my PDG. So, sir, I want to ask a question because for a club to run to a project, it's not only on the club's interest. So the district owners will have to pay with DPA fund. And I know for a fact, so I don't know how those East African countries are doing this, that they were able to rally out because they tell us that look, this year we have just $100,000 as our DPA, and we're not going to increase it. So I'm curious how they are able to do as much projects during the Rotary year, and suffice to say, where are even the more you know, it's actually a very nice question because it tells us that, look, this is what they have for today. And if you can't commit to it, so I don't know, and they will tell you that, look, as a club, we may only do one ticket. So I want to clarify more. Thanks. Thank you very much, I thank you. Now, it is true. And that is the lady there, the young lady there who asked question. You can't do anything behind your club. Young Rotarian, you can't do anything behind your club. Your club is the one that does projects. You understand? So Rotary clubs can do projects, Rotary clubs can do projects. It must come through you. The president must sign certain things and pass it to the district. Coming back to our federal books question, yes, there is the district designated fund every year from which we take money. There's a lot of stress on this fund, depending on the person who was district governor 3 years ago, what he was able to make in his own year. What they are spending this year now is the money made by Agapa when she was district governor. It was quite a lot. But when this money comes in, there's what we call the share system. How this money is allocated. The first thing is, we have signed a mandate, the Rotary International, that 20% first we move forward. How we are getting in? Say for instance, you have $100,000, $20,000 are going to forward. That's automatic. Then this money coming in, you now divide it into two. Half of it comes as your DDL, half goes to the money for all this global grant is from the World Fund. Then you have to show your own commitment, the part of your DDF. The advantage that is in taking money from DDF is that it is matched by Rotary Foundation by almost 100%. Actually, it's 80%. You get me? Whereas if you take your own money, go to a bank and get and you put your money there, if you put your cash there, it's not going to attract the same support from Rotary Foundation, like when it comes from your DDA. And that's why we are very critical. You call me now, 2 days ago, there's a DDA, I'm waiting my signature. And I went there, I saw that something is Indonesia. I said, I think you will have to speak about it. And he explained to me that we are giving them $3,000, but they are supporting us with $10,000. This is a good market. I quickly went there and I authorized it. Or two of us must authorize it. So you need to know the nitty-gritty of these things, how it is done. The DDF is the most important type of contribution when you're talking about your global grant. Because the way it is recognized and marked by Rotary Foundation is better than all the other bodies coming in. Thank you very much.
Please, last one, please. Thank you for the opportunity, my dear President. Let me commend you, sir, for that insightful delivery. Even though we can't expect less from someone like you. Well, my point is, I'd like to stress what past President Favour mentioned. Because you are the chairman at the district level as we speak now. And I think the point is, the DG can be very intentional in growing the grant space amongst flow by strategically saying this is a project we must achieve. Even if it's by zone, to say this zone, you must produce a project that will be funded by global grants. I think very strategic, and it's a point that they need to score to say this zone, identify the project, put resources from different clubs come together You have a project champion that will drive it. You must produce a global project beyond whatever you are doing in your respective club. So zones might not come together and produce 2, 3, whatever, but at least 1. That way we are guaranteed that every year you have, based on our zone arrangement, you have district global project proposal. Just a thought.
Thank you very much. On that note, I want to give Onikio the last opportunity to make, because we've not heard his, Onikio, we've not heard his voice at all. So make it very snappy, please.
Thank you, President. Thank you, sir, for this wonderful lecture that you gave us this morning. My president, let me just use this opportunity to share from the district in our midst. I think from my own observation, some of the things that I discovered is that probably because the tenures of each president is for 1 year, and like what Rotary Sandra have said earlier on that, because sometimes when a tenure writes this report on the grant, he might likely not get it to the end of his tenure, and it's going to the other tenure or the next year. Probably I would suggest maybe even my most of this will to do this, to create a committee from the district and also in each club, so that the committee can be on ground, not to work for a year. And this committee will take in charge of this grant. Then the club on their own can be in charge of this committee to see how these committees are working. The committee might run for 2 years or 3 years for this particular project. I believe if you are doing this, there will be an improvement rather than waiting for each president to work on this. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. I'm sure you're aware that we have a planning committee that have a 5-year plan for our club. So 5-year plan. So that's supposed to provide that stability. And like you said, already we succeeded in doing a global grant, which means that it was initiated by a president and it was virtually completed by subsequent presidents. So we've done it before, and I believe we can do it again. Thank you very much. On this note, I will hand over to our DPN to give the vote of thanks, and I'm sure he has a few comments to make about the vote of thanks. Thank you. Our SA, please make after the vote of thanks. Get ready. Once we do the vote of thanks, we'll do the decision of special guest staff, and then the SA will please begin to move forward gradually as that was as together job. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Very revered, distinguished, knowledgeable, amiable, energetic, performing, proud district governor. It's not all district governors that still remain relevant and perform. And that's why we have to emphasize that. So I'll try to do this in about 3 minutes to make a few important remarks and then also thank Jessica on behalf of all of us. It's important that we make it known to all of us here that PDG Bola Onabanjo is not just a guest speaker here with us this morning. He is a stakeholder, someone who has been part and parcel of many of the progress that we have made in the past. And you had a page available making some allusions to that while he spoke. But more importantly, I crave indulgence to put on record this morning that in the build-up to this club being able to claim the position of DGND for the very first time, we cannot but put as much premium as possible on the role that was played by our daddy seated here this morning, PDG on Obasanjo. Please let's give him a resounding round of applause for that. At least 3 out of the 5 members of the council that are mandated to have an interface with him to assure him ready able to give him all that it takes for us to make it this time around. And he pledged his support. And he actually went in large extent to ensure that that pledge was fulfilled. I don't know this to my colleagues on the council. On the eve of the interview, PDG Obasanjo called me at about 9:30, 10 in the evening, and he prayed for me. Thank you enough, and all of us are very appreciative of this role that. Now, talking about the Rotary Foundation and Rotary Club of Omole, I can assure you, sir, that we are already rejigging some of us. Especially with respect to global grant. The one that we did, like some remarks have been made on that, took us about 3 years or more. So what that means is that successive presidents worked on that. And that is where it will be going forward. What we should do this morning is to brace up and face the challenge of showing to our PDG that we are going to make the very best use of the advice that he has given us this morning. Talking about the Rotary Director President, you know, you mentioned how we are keen into its emergence. And when we were at Muslims, he actually spoke with the DG, Dr. Buki Bakari, who will serve his, and the 3 of us were there. So he spoke to Buki about what he was going to do in the area of membership, and then Buki immediately told him that my club is the biggest club. And he talked to me and said, 10 good people should not be able to give me not less than 3 clubs in that Rotary year. That is a discussion that I am yet to process between me and council members and the board. But of course, it is something that is doable. This year, this club is going to charter is already at Tokyo. We are thinking that if we are able to do 3 during the Bakari's tenure, we should be able to do minimum of another 3 during my tenure as governor. But this will not happen just by speaking. There must be a strategy, there must be a plan, which I am thinking of how to suggest to council in the first place and then to the entire club at the club assembly. So I can assure you, sir, that we will move in the right direction, the necessary progress we made, as far as this is concerned. Let me conclude by saying that none of us seated here is in doubt that our presentation this morning has brought so much of value. And you can see from the engagement, from the questions and the comments that really gone a long way to benefit us this morning. We can only pray that God Almighty will continue to strengthen you and give you all that it takes to continue to make impact in the life of Nigerians, clubs in our districts, and humanity as a whole. On behalf of the President and all of us, I want to say a very, very big thank you to you. God bless you, sir.
Thank you very, very much. Our DGM, thank you for bringing that up very successfully. Our SA, I can see you're already working. That is efficiency personified.
At time, and total SA is 330,000 naira.
Thank you very much for that. So may I ask our DGM and President here present to please do us the honors of presenting this plaque to our very special guest speaker.
I would you expect that? I mean, let's say I thought some change does this. Although I think one of the best, but someone like our Moses, we have a standing rule in this club. There are things that are come down that it should be for.
Listen, that's why I love Bushra Apelo. You know, he's always able to put us back on track when we are debating. Therefore, we will revisit this essay matter. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Now, let us come forward and do this presentation.
How are you, sir?
My President, distinguished members of the Council of Past Presidents of Protocol of Omoli Glory, all our distinguished Nigerians present, it's my honor and privilege to appreciate our PDG this morning with this token on behalf of our great club. You know that we are following the tradition that people like you have made. So maybe sometime in the past, you have given a brown envelope to a speaker. This morning you will receive one.
Dollars.
Well, we all need on to see you in Rotary. Giving nothing but the black to people who have spoken. So that's why you don't want to do anything other than that this morning, like that to give you this beautiful plaque. But you know, sir, that it doesn't represent enough the kind of joy that we have in our heart that you are here this morning and you have benefited us. It's just symbolic. So this I will share my word presented to you in recognition of your invaluable and outstanding presentation as guest speaker at the Club Rotary Foundation seminar on this Friday, 14th November 2025. And it's signed not by me, not by Alaji, not by our son president, but our one and only United President. Thank you very much. God bless you, sir.
Don't the picture of
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, thank you very much. So very quickly, we want to revisit this same matter. Well, some back behind the scene negotiations are going on between the SA itself and the So there's belief that some people should talk about that money. Okay, you have the total amount. 330. So
I know you have to follow them. Yes, I know you have to follow. I will have some mistakes. My mistake. Last week it was fairly stable. No, 2 weeks ago. I was telling last week, 2 weeks ago. It was fairly stable. Now, whenever our past president comes to this room, they like something together. And to be okay. I will probably
We were in Lome, and a lot of things happened in Lome, and I was not, anyway, we were happy, we went and came back. The IPP did some outstanding things in Lome. Those outstanding things are something that we have to recognize. And okay,
I'm KG. You know our it doesn't matter. Go to continue. Whatever bring on my sense on additional factor for them.
He has mentioned something on my behalf.
I know. He has said extra 5,000. If nobody cannot have 5,000, they have to add money for it to be more than that 5,000. And that's not something now. Like whoever is concerned that doesn't want 5,000 no.
The issue at hand is that there's a coach that the IPP just passed to me in the statement that I just said now.
Yes.
And I have recognized it. So in the spirit of the God, I will invest this case and I'll take some of 5,000 naira or so that let us not try it.
Any objection?
My mistake. On different money. But also important with them. The family is security. And that because security is attached to the school of 5,000 levels. I can't be interested in security something that's happening.
It's too soft.
Thank you very much. 5,000. Since we started before, we know even other generation who is graciously seated in our business fund can testify to the fact that anytime we talk about something that we don't want to talk about, that thing is really something of great interest for members of this board.
Yes. Yes.
So I stand this morning on behalf of many of our young members who are I can assure you that this thing we have to raise money. So I want to please advise the president, don't let your members go home unhappy. Yeah, I'm happy that PH Abelo has been moved by the spirit to say what happened in the domain. No, I know him. The onus is on our IP to choose either to give us our benefit of information or pay a very huge sum of money. So that if we go home without information, we know that the club has made money. Thank you.
Sir, oh, sorry, before you continue, I need to announce that our dear teacher has given us 20,000.
Wow.
I had another 20,000 to my PDC. Thank you very much. 20,000 from our dear teacher available to support our PDC.
I'm very forward to vigilance. And the point I'm picking out is that as Rotarian outside Rotary, that we are cultists. Scenario is painting out and seeing like indeed cultists. If we go simply, so my answer, it is of importance that we clarify this issue and go the route that the DGF has advised.
West African because the labors of our heroes past. And never be okay, this is a serious matter now. I think we all realize that it has become a national issue of national security. Whether it's the plot of land or not, it's still national security. If I call a fool, it's national. Anyway, so Rotarian available, J. sir, you're one of high integrity, high integrity, and able to the activity. He has proven time without number that he is able and dependable. So, for the sake of every single member here, that you have sworn to continue to support and develop through your personality, through your deeds, through your words, through your actions. I need you to speak. I need you to speak. There's no doubt about that. So,
hello. Right. The truth about this matter is we need to be very careful. Now, if we are not careful, will whatever is going to say will it promote goodwill and better friendship? I think that is very particularly that you know the IBP very well. I would say I do not want anything that will cause disaffection. So please,
so just monetize it.
Yes.
They should monetize it.
Maybe both of them will ask them to top up.
Okay.
And then we can put our rest.
Oh, fine.
Oh, they are okay. They are okay. We are going to 200. Oh, yes,
My baby, sorry, your baby is protected by baby. You're my baby, my material president, because I know that, our PDG has so many things to do, and you also have so many things to do. I would not want to waste your time and the time at this house. Not an ordinary song, maybe an anthem.
No, hello, you have that called 5,000 for I get committed. So that's 425. That's 425.
The truth of the matter is that the load in front of our if it continues like that, we'll pay. It's a very good one. So, in the interest of please increase that thing. It's immediately.
Hello, house. Then get the house to just appeal and to run the whole. Let's go. Because it's down 425. They will add 75 to. No, I just said 600. I think I was.
Yeah. Where you want, where's it? My baby, let us share that money. We'll share it. We'll share it. What my baby said, if we start this matter, in fact, a lot of this one.
Okay, the 75, how much are you taking?
This was not part of the sharing motion.
So it's 75 now. On my president, I want to now say something. You know, I will.
What is social?
Don't worry.
Now 500 now, but I know one house. One house. Now 500 now. They're supposed to go, but something happened just now. Something happened. Thank you very much. That's 505. Okay, something else happened.
I don't think following the forward test, it will end this transaction like this. I felt Jide's temperature, it was rising so rapidly to the extent that I was so concerned. And got to the point that we had a twist in the matter. That is someone, I have something to do. Why should we now not show the same interest in whatever happening with available agreement? And now what's on no, like this. The 75,000 that has been that is considered. Yes, for your own. Yes. Are you? Let me make a proposition. Yes, can you drop a 50,000 so that we can actually save our time?
Yes.
Can you try? You see, it's something,
I have your best interest at heart, but my hands are tired. My hands are tired because when in democracy and people have the rights, you know, and the universal rights cannot be trampled under my words. Point of people is point of it. So I would like you to microphone to Oshun. I'm asking you for the last time. Okay, we have 505,000 on the ground.
My president, thank you very much for this great opportunity. Are you undermining our president?
Hello. Okay, excuse me. Hello, for the sake of being clear, because what is not an issue of you. So please don't tell you the amount you want to pay for it. How much?
I think 10,000.
So 5,515. 515.
Thank you very much for this opportunity. I'll start from here. Now we should celebrate two of them because they went to Lomé. They actually, in their own creativity, got us someone to also manage it. Someone. I have pictures. Evidence. Yeah. So let's celebrate them for doing that. Very much. However, the second point is that.
We not see the picture.
On good authority.
It's only the goods that we saw.
You know, Rotary teaches a lot about membership growth. Okay? People went to Lomé and were more concerned about some other groups. Using Rotary's expertise. I have evidence that they have the potential of growing the membership of our great club by at least 6. From the web. We have
6 members.
6 members.
And they don't how much each of them want to have.
You understand? So, asking it, the greater donor to pay 50,000 for
Sorry for you, sir.
Not going to our immediate parts. So I'll suggest that please let available do 150 as level 2 next year and I needed past president, let him do one thing. So together, not from based on the previous the fresh and emails.
So the have 515 on ground. And they are proposing 150, 100. That is the proposal. And that proposal considered free, conduct fair and final. Right.
Let me quickly keep out something so you can handle.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. We are waiting for him. It was alive. I want to tell you, but I'm going to take into this call. Without his happen. I don't know where you're at. And he was watching my technically behind G. So we got to the seat. It's not possible. I don't put attention to it. But your cap is supposed to be not on the road. Instead, shall we? I'm sure. Because of 1,000 because of I've got some pass. Sorry.
So it's after I was trying to have you still wait at that 150 because it's actually I don't I'm not confused because what the time my brother is would you consent to what I'm not the only topic here now. What happens when you are I was born that we support this partner. Yes to that. Yes, yes. That doesn't have 150. But let me start from here. Let the IPK show good example.
Thank you. I would do the 100 and I guess we were trying that out very well. If you are available to good care of me and many of our friends that we met all the way in Oman. If you're interested to know, I will even have some friends. My age, I will always. So 100, and I believe that if I okay.
Thank you very much. So after hearing that, my Nigerian brother here.
And that song was transferred to my mother. To stand the song, running with God while we were and enjoying from exploring our faith. Then ask principles over. Then that's right. I was directly That's what 30 minutes. But you know what you know is and I will tell you because I was trying to confirm that way so that everybody could concentrate on what is what we are mentioned and and I saw it was fine and I went to her. What did I do? She's very about that on Iris, that you can move and talk on the both of them know what I want to say. So you know what I want to say for the point of view is professional. You know, he or she wants to say.
Thank you very much, my answer. Very intelligent and creative. You know, when you were actually adopted, the whole Lagos State stood still. Because from this ministry, from that ministry, we had representation, you know, and it was clear. For all that came, they were identified uniquely and clear. No ambiguity about who the person was, or because the person was occupying, or his personality or her personality. In this form as well, at every point that we are introducing our guests, my president, sir, every point that we are introducing our guests, we all emphasize that we state that clearly, the discipline, you know, and it was on that premise that I said, this person that you are introducing, declare, let's declare, Miss or Mrs.
Are you single?
When he responded, it was to our advantage.
Who?
Everybody was.
You are not single.
Particularly all teachers. It was that. So it was to our advantage. I have it on camera.
Are you single, sir?
So I have two, sir. Because it was beneficial to us. Thank you very much.
Yes. Nigerian President Electoral. The SAA, though a representative of the president, and somebody that must act in honor, said that we have somebody in front, I in the middle, then I have another lady behind me, and that I prevented me from hugging. Then I am wondering, I asked myself, Will I have up somebody simultaneous? Simultaneous. I see that people have made up their mind that they want to.
So you were involved in an act involving 3 people.
I'm fighting to see about together.
So we'll get calculation on that, but it's supposed to be about 750 close, 755. Okay. So on that note, I think it has been a good day. We have learned so many things, including, and we are now expectant that we will have friendship exchange very, very soon. I'm looking forward to it. And on that note, let us all rise. And let's all have our food being given by 7:30. Very good. Let's have our toast being given by the lady that is right beside Miss Omo Oluwa Seun Oluwakemi, and the miss that beside her is okay. The missus that beside the miss is Adetayo.
Like I said, I asked a question from the client academy, and who got a response? What president tell me on that? Also, mention something similar to that. But I want to after of the discussion with of
very much. So, Rosalie Tayo, our funds have told us already overcharged. So, quickly,
Thank you very much, my president. Let's raise our phone or charge our phone to all our guests.
Sorry.
To Rotary Club of Ikeja
Central.
To our highly revered PDG.
Our highly revered PDG. I know.
As the Akowojo, all our past presidents, Rotary Club of Omole Gold, and District 9111, to Federal Republic of Nigeria, and to that body that holds all the children together. All right. Thank you very much, my president.
Thank you very much, my president.
thank you for that. And you have the club anthem and then national anthem first answer. Club anthem after the say of It's been a lovely day. It's been a lovely day. Thank you very much. Let's have first answer of the national anthem.
Far in brotherhood we stand. Now there is one. Our sovereign motherland.
And wish them a very special day.
My PDG, good morning, sir.